All right, today we are diving deep into a paradox, a real mystery that's tucked away in some of our oldest myths. We all know the story, right? A great flood comes and wipes the world clean, especially of the giants. But if that's true, then what's the deal with Goliath? The answer might just lie in a secret rebellion, a hidden history carried out by 7 mysterious sages from the sea.
I mean, seriously, think about it. It's one of the biggest contradictions you'll find. The Great Flood was supposed to be a total reset button for the world, and its primary target, the giant Nephilim? And yet, you fast forward centuries, and bam, there he is, a 9-foot-tall giant named Goliath, smack in the middle of a battlefield. The math just doesn't add up. So where on earth did he and others like him come from?
And you know, this isn't just some minor plot hole you can ignore. It's what you'd call a post-flood anomaly. It's a giant flashing sign that we're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. If the stories we all know are incomplete, well, that means we have to start looking in some pretty unexpected places for the truth.
Okay, let's lay it out nice and simple. Before the flood, you have the Nephilim. The texts are super clear. The flood happens, and they are gone. Poof. But then, after the flood, the story's not over. Suddenly, you've got Goliath, the Rephaim, all these other giants just popping up in the historical accounts. It's like an entire species that was supposed to be extinct just reappears out of thin air. And that needs a serious explanation.
So what if the answer isn't in the usual places we look? What if the key to this whole genetic mystery is buried deep in the ancient clay tablets of Mesopotamia? What if it lies with the strange group of beings they called the sages from the sea?
So, let's meet them. The Apkallu. According to Mesopotamian lore, these were 7 semi-divine sages, beings of incredible wisdom. But here's the absolute kicker, the most critical detail. Their story says they survived the Great Flood. They were supposedly sent by the gods to help humanity get back on its feet, carrying all the knowledge of the old world into the new one.
And these Apkallu weren't just teachers, They were living, breathing links to a lost world. As servants of Enki, the god of wisdom, they gave humanity the blueprints for civilization. We're talking writing, laws, architecture, the whole shebang. But they also carried something way more dangerous, forbidden knowledge. Knowledge from the world before the flood. And that connection, that's the crucial clue.
And right here, this is where the official story starts to get a little shaky. The theory we're digging into today suggests that the Apkallu's mission wasn't just to be helpful teachers. No, it was all a cover for something else, a secret rebellion, a hidden agenda that would literally change the course of human history. Just think about it for a second. The gods sent them to guide this new world to help it heal and rebuild. But what if their loyalty wasn't really with the gods who ordered that catastrophic flood in the first place? What if they had their own agenda? An agenda to bring back a piece of the old world that was meant to be wiped out forever.
So here's how the secret rebellion could have actually played out. Step 1, their official job, their cover story, was to guide and rebuild humanity. But underneath all that was Step 2, a secret cargo. This theory proposes they were basically living genetic arcs, carrying the actual blueprint of the pre-flood giants within them. And that, of course, leads to Step 3, the act of pure rebellion. They didn't just teach humanity, they secretly, covertly reintroduced the giant bloodline back into the world.
And the result of this incredibly risky covert mission? A second wave. The sudden, the shocking, and the otherwise completely inexplicable return of giants to the post-flood world.
I mean, this timeline really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? You've got the first wave of giants, the Nephilim. They get completely wiped out by the flood. Then the Apkallu show up. And it is only after they arrive that we see a second wave of giants appearing in the historical record. This theory says that is no coincidence. One event directly caused the other.
This just totally reframes the entire story of Goliath. He wasn't some lone survivor who somehow knew how to swim really, really well. He wasn't a remnant. According to this theory, he was the result. He was the living, breathing product of a deliberate, rebellious act to reseed the world with a bloodline the gods themselves wanted erased. So, what does this all mean when you put it together? Well, it suggests that we might be looking at a completely lost chapter of our ancient history. A hidden narrative that secretly connects myths from across the ancient world that we thought were totally separate.
What this theory does is draw a hidden thread, a direct genetic line, all the way from the semi-divine sages of Mesopotamia to the most famous giants of the Bible. It reframes them, not as 2 different mythologies, but as 2 sides of the same, unbelievable secret story.
In the end,
Whether you see this as a genuine, hidden history or just an incredibly clever piece of mythology, it's a powerful reminder, isn't it? The full story isn't always what's printed in bold letters. Sometimes the real story is what's whispered between the lines.
And that really leaves us with this massive question. If a story this profound, connecting these two ancient worlds, could be hiding in plain sight this whole time, what other secrets are still out there, just waiting for us, locked away inside our oldest myths?